set up a timer between the both of us.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, but then, but yeah, like definitely I remember being in middle school and what was that? It was like 7th grade or something. And I went from just a normal day changing in the locker room, being like a weird prepubescent kid like everybody else to I saw titties and I got all tingly inside and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, look away. This isn't normal.
Oh, yeah. I remember my first pair of titties.
Where was it?
Well, I mean, technically, you know, the first one was like on TV, you know, like.
No, in person.
In
TV.
person.
Yeah,
in person.
titties.
In person. I think I was like 12, 13, and it was like a total accidental one, like walking by the locker room and just, you know, caught a glimpse of them. This is like middle school. I was like, whoa.
Mine was at
some solid B cups.
Nice.
Mine was at our neighborhood playground. We used to hang out like as a group of friends, and there was this girl who was like into another friend in the group, but like the challenge was that like she was gonna flash him underneath the fucking swing set or some shit like that. But I crept and I wanted to see, and I got to see, and she knew that I saw it because she looked over and like we made a split eye contact, but she was like this, and then like she knew that I was looking, but she smiled and it was fine. So
Caught a glimpse.
She's like, I
of the
wanted you to
warlocks.
see.
so it was consensual.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How about you?
Consent is always good. For me, it was when I moved to Thornton, 7th grade year. It was the neighborhood. It was a chick in the neighborhood. She was always into me, and we didn't really fuck around or do anything until I think my freshman or sophomore year. So,
But she flashed you in 7th
oh no,
grade?
we fucked.
Nice.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying, when was that was the first pair of titties? You simultaneously saw your first pair of titties and fucked at the same time.
And fucked.
Nice. That's what this show's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the I Guess So podcast. My name is Chris Hernandez. We got returning champs Nakata and Manny. I think you guys are close. No, never mind.
No,
Manny's-
man, today's my 1-year anniversary because the first podcast I did with you guys was Memorial Day in that office, man.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My
that's
1-year
right.
anniversary.
In the office?
Yeah, in the office.
Yeah, you're on
that office
Ah,
over. Yeah,
okay.
that one. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, we got our guest. First time on the potty. How do you want to identify? Not like
Gay.
Not-
I don't
no,
know.
no, 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 no.
What are we talking about?
How do you
I meant,
identify? We need your pronouns so we don't fuck it up.
No, I don't. No, man, fuck those pronouns. I mean, no disrespect to my LGBT.
No, that's what I was going with. I mean,
but
like at every new guest, we let them identify as whatever name they want. So you don't have to give us like your real name if you don't
Oh,
want.
I got you. Well, it's up to you guys. Whatever you're comfortable with, Jenny or my last name or G. You know, I got my military fam here. That's how we're used to talking to each other. So whatever you guys like.
Yeah, I'm not worried about pronouns on here. I feel like the guy yesterday felt that he didn't do well because we were like anti-gay.
Which
But-
guy?
The bald bearded
Oh,
guy.
the bald
It's like
bearded
a
Am I
bald-
allowed to
Dude,
be
he's
like
been on
sipping this
scene.
too while we're recording? Sorry.
He's been on. That dude's been on scene for a while, so it's not awkward. I think it was his first time here. Yeah, but that's how everybody is when it's the first time here. They're just awkward as shit.
We
till they keep coming back.
love the gays.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got no problem with them.
Yeah, I served with many gays.
It's
I
just
covered
like-
them in a foxhole. I just hope they weren't going to cover me later.
I think they were just too sexual, in my opinion. It would have been the same reactions as if you bragged about so much pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, people just don't know, and then it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Just give them more chances to come back. But you know how people are; they'll formulate their own opinions and try to.
Come back.
Yeah, you're right. It's a callback on my comeback.
We'll see. I'm sure a couple of dudes have came on his back, and that's how we do it here. And that's how we do it here at the I Guess So podcast, ladies and
Beating
gentlemen.
cheeks and
Jenny
coming
G.
on backs.
Jenny G. So how you feeling, Jenny?
Man, I'm good. I've been a lot better lately. Thanks.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Good
I
shit. It's
walked
my
in.
first
So-
podcast.
I walked in and we were talking about strap-ons. You were mid thrust.
We're gonna bullshit, but we're gonna be a little more serious on this one too. We're gonna talk about something we don't really talk about on here. We don't really ever talk about like the sad moments, about when we get down. Me and you do sometimes, but then we just start rapping about it. Like, I'm fucking sad. I wish I never had. Like,
Wish I didn't disappoint my dad.
yeah, there you go.
Nice.
There you go. But when's the last time? I've never had like a really bad dump where I thought about hurting myself and then, but the last time that I got real fucking sad, I'm trying to remember. Probably the last time I tried stand up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was horrible. I hate it. I was telling her that's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't like the lashback of not doing good.
You just got to get over that hump, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like especially if you go to
It
open
might
mics.
not. Some people don't get good at that.
That's not. I mean, the only way you figure that out though is if you do it.
I know.
Like I was just talking to this dude. Shout out to Bebos. He's on Instagram. He's a comedian that was just here for Jeff Garcia. He was telling me, man, he's like, you're in your third year. He's like, you're good. He's like, don't worry about like not getting on shows too much here just because of how the scene is. He's like, just keep doing you, bro. He's like, you're right and you're doing your time. He's like, just try to do other shit. Try to do other shit to fill your time. He's like, don't get discouraged about not being as on many shows. He's like, you're already 3 years in. He's like, you're solid. He's like, some people give up after a year or 2 years.
Yeah. You can't expect to be great.
Yeah, exactly. But
I mean, right away.
But work at it. Work at it like anybody else. You know what I mean? Perfect your craft. You're really fucking into it. Put the work in. That's the only way you get better.
But that's just the thing is I don't know if I'm willing to take the bullets to get good at it. Like it's I don't like it. It's sad.
Yeah, it's just that proverb. Fall down 7, get up 8. Who cares? Bro, I've shat the bed pretty much every time I've been at the showcase, and I haven't won any of those spots. You think I really give a shit? I've already heard people laugh at jokes at the Improv, and there's 200 plus people.
Well, I'm talking about me. I'm trying to open up.
Well, yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, don't focus on.
And you just
I know you're open up. I'm trying to get ready and set. I got to get a little bit closer because I'm Asian, so I'm shooting with a short barrel. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying though. Like, don't focus so much. And some people do though. They think because they bomb, they suck, and they'll never do comedy again. They just get into their head too much. So it's just how you're feeling on it.
The other day, it's just first world sadness. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And there's people in Afghanistan getting their legs blown off, and they say, "What he said because he can't make people laugh."
I want to be funny. I want to be fucking funny. Hey,
funny.
You're very funny. You just
you get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah. I feel like you would thrive in like whose line is it anyway? Like improv type show.
Maybe.
This
podcast was kind of improv.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And you're really good at just, coming up with on the spot. I feel like that's where your true funny talents lie,
Maybe.
And I mean, like, I get it though. My first, I've been, I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary of stand up, right? And Lions Lair, my first time on that stage was the Gong Show. I thought it was an open mic. I was like, I heard Gong Show. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. I'm going to go show up. And
they fucking ate you alive.
No, actually, no, dude, I almost hit the 7-minute club my first time on stage. I got 6:45. I was just telling a story about my life. I'm a storyteller. That's what I love to do. And since then, I can't break 2 minutes. Sometimes my open mics, I bomb at 2. Like, I get it. I know where that feeling comes in. And now I feel like I'm sometimes not even good enough to be on that stage because I'll watch other comics get up there and crush a mic or crush, the Gong Show. And I'm like, damn, dude, like, what am I doing wrong? I'm getting laughs everywhere else but here. And then I start to wonder, are these like sympathy laughs? Am I even funny? So I understand like the confliction, but you're good. You can get back into it. It is.
Lions Lair is its own thing though. You can't compare it to anywhere else, I don't think.
Yeah, it's definitely its own beast.
It's a hole in the wall full of fucking cockroaches.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of comics on the scene bomb at other mics and other places plenty of times, dude, where they've crushed it at other places. So
yeah,
it's not that bad. Yeah.
I'm just trying to poke something that I get sad at, but I have a good life. I don't think I've ever been to like a real moment where I had to deal with like strict depression or something where like my life was just like completely turned upside down. If I ever had a problem, it was just all self-created, like it was just dumb shit I created in my head. But I wonder why the hell we even do that as humans when you don't have to.
It's our process, man. Everyone's trying to run around and figure out how to get through life. You know what I mean? Try to understand the shit that we will never fucking understand. So it's just one of those things.
And we live a lot faster now, too. Things are much faster than they were even 50 years ago.
Yeah.
50, 60 years ago, during like the 60s and stuff like that. And before, life was a lot slower. Once we had the slightest bit of technology, once television was incorporated, after the radio, it was just kind of, it took like 20, 30 years. But then the 80s, we had computers. We had actual computers that you could use individually. And that was the beginning of the end. It's just kind of been a spiral that we haven't been able to fully grasp. We have a lot of these bright minds.
Instant gratification. You just click everything at the,
Yeah, there's no thought process involved, And so when something happens that's out of your comfort zone because there's already so much provided to you, like in my opinion, a lot of those things, like as far as like a self-created, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like your world is out of place, like you're out of place simply because, we live in a society now where you don't necessarily have to worry about major life events, especially in this country. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot
we
of
don't really
terrible
have any
things.
real problems.
Yeah.
Like real. I don't know. I'm not trying to diminish anybody's problems that we might have, but like it's first world problems, like I said, or is it third world problems? Which was better?
First world is the one. Yeah.
Yeah. All our problems are kind of dumb, but like there are real problems out there. But I don't know. Maybe this is like a really broad way of saying it, but I feel like my biggest issue growing up that like made me make stupid decisions that I was like, oh, why'd I do that? But it was just trying to please other people.
Yeah.
Or to
People
look
pleasing is the worst.
or to look cool, or like, I don't know, maybe I needed fucking approval because my dad left when I was 6. I don't fucking know.
Well, the only way you figure that shit out is therapy. But I think if you can kind of work through your own shit when you're thinking about a whole lot, dude, yeah, probably. You know what I mean? It takes someone who's specialized and who's they're dedicated to figuring out people's problems so they can help them. Like that's when you get to the root.
Trust those people though.
More, I mean, and I get that, dude. Like, hey, how can you trust people?
Yeah.
People are so fucking unpredictable. Like, yeah, it's hard to trust people, but you either decide to or you don't.
And people love to only meet you at their own level. Yeah. There's very few of us in this world. Like we're all sitting at this table, right? And I know, even in the short time that I've known the three of you, that I can trust in you regardless. I'm a very not this guy. All right, so this half of the table, you're on your own.
I don't trust this guy.
No, but being I'm a very open person. I kind of always have been. I went through a time period when I was younger of like trying to be cool and hiding certain things from myself, right? Because we expect that at a societal level, right? Like, and that's just so we can all fit into the general norm, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I'm a very open person, and that kind of thing can really like turn around and bite you in the ass.
I was just about to say that. It leaves you very vulnerable.
It does, and I've paid for it a lot throughout my life. But the one thing that I realized eventually, after a lot of therapy, after meeting other good people, after doing a lot of self work, and I'm still always doing self work because I suffer from depression myself, is that some of us are born with more of a natural emotional, like a higher emotional intelligence. Some of us have to work at it a little bit more. And those people who are taught to never change or refuse to change, they're just lacking like emotional intelligence, if that makes any sense. I know I'm kind of getting slightly off track here.
No, it makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, It takes a lot to get there. It takes a lot to like own up to something that you do wrong within yourself.
Took about an eighth of mushrooms for me.
I hate to be like this guy, but I definitely feel like it's like older generation that's more just like unwilling to fucking make those changes and like reflect on themselves. They're just like, nah, fuck that. Like
they'll take that pain to the grave.
Yeah,
my dad, bro. That's my dad. Literally.
Yeah. Like I'm right and you're wrong. Like
the baby boomers were born. You don't speak unless spoken to. Like shut up and deal with it. You don't have you basically aren't allowed to have feelings.
I think there's a happy medium though.
Right?
You can't be too on one side or the other. You have to have a little of both.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to adapt to everything.
You feel like you're the type of person who's really good at reflecting inside your own head, or from what I'm picking up, like maybe it helps you to talk to somebody else instead of reflecting by yourself, to have someone to bounce that off of?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both for sure, but I definitely reach out a lot for advice, and it's because I contradict myself when I'm thinking about the things that I know are true. So, you go through so many similar scenarios in life, right? And you've learned from X and Y lesson, like, you fell off and you skinned your knees. You're like, all right, well, don't fall off,
Yeah.
But things like that are even more complex issues like relationships, intimate relationships, familial, etc. I often I've reached out to Nakata a couple of times when I was just really stressed out because I know the answer. I know what the right answer is in my head, but I will get so involved in all of the different possible outcomes that I'll ignore the most obvious answer, which is usually the right one, which is, hey, okay, so you got into an argument with your girlfriend and you fucked up, right? Like I know I said some stupid shit, and then let's say I hit a caught up. I'm like, dude, man, I said some fucked up shit to my girl, and now I'm wondering because of old traumas that I went through in relationships where I wasn't wrong, where I'm on the opposite end of that. Now I'm starting to wonder, okay, from more of like a like the other person, being more like slightly narcissistic or whatever, just it's an argument, but not being in the wrong. Like now I'm like, oh, I'm overthinking. Hey, well, is it because I said this that led to this argument and then I turned into an asshole? Or was I just having a bad fucking day? And Nakata might be, dude, you're just having a bad day. Like, it's okay. You don't have to. And I'm an overthinker anyway. I'm a Virgo. I overanalyze everything. So I always have to attack everything from another angle and to try to draw a proper conclusion. But the problem with that is you kind of drive yourself crazy. So for me, it tends to help to just reach out to somebody and be like, am I totally losing it, or do you agree? Is this kind of the right answer? And if they have an outside opinion, like, or you could approach it this way, that always helps too. It's nice to have clarity. I like to think that I'm a very, very self-aware person, and that's taken a lot of work. But also I try not to develop a sense of arrogance within that. And so that's kind of another reason why I like to reach out and talk to other people.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I used to be kind of that way, but around, I would say 25-ish, I started getting a lot of clarity to myself, I think, where I'm really introspective in my own. I always tell myself, if like I ever got sent to jail, I'd be completely fine in solitary. I can think to myself for fucking days, weeks. I'm okay with myself in my head. But I used to be that way. I used to try the same thing. I used to overanalyze all the possibilities, and I couldn't come up with my own conclusion until I bounced my ideas off of somebody else. But now I just kind of go with what the fuck I'm thinking. And I used to feel kind of like an arrogant asshole, like I'm always right or I know what's right. But you know what's right for you at the end of the day. And it's your life. And I don't believe in afterlife. I believe when it's over, it's over. So just fucking enjoy it while you're here. That was kind of a fucking blunt statement, but
no, I love it.
Some things are very simple. Something like Bash. One time, and he'll tell you the exact story. Like one time, I told him how to get over his anxiety attacks. I was like, bro, you literally just got to tell yourself, okay, shut the fuck up. I'm having an anxiety attack. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm either gonna get over it, or I'm gonna wake up in the fucking hospital. So just sit the fuck down and breathe and drink your Coca-Cola, and you're gonna be fine. Or your Dr. Pepper. Yeah. And he literally did that, and he said that after that, it changed his life. Every time I had one, I told myself, just breathe. You're having an anxiety attack. There's no medicine you can take. There's nothing you can do about it. Crying ain't gonna do nothing about it. Just sit here, figure it out, and then it's gonna go away. Or you're gonna fucking pass out. One of those two.
And the thing about anxiety attacks, I've suffered from a lot of severe depression and anxiety most of my life, is, it's a trauma response, right? Mm-hmm. Anxiety attacks are just simply a trauma response, and you sometimes don't even realize when you're being triggered. Sometimes I'm driving down the highway and I'll just get heart palpitations for no reason. I'm sitting there jamming, listening to my music, having a good time, and then boom, it just hits me. And my vision gets blurry. I'm doing 80 miles an hour on I-25. I'm like, fuck, bitch, pull over. And then, but same, you use your tools, right? Start breathing a little bit. Okay. Once you kind of get that down, calm down a little bit. All right. Then I give myself, and I'm in a safe area, then I give myself an opportunity to think about it. Like, what's triggering this? What am I scared of?
Do you ever try to trace it back to your primal human instincts? Sometimes they say anxiety comes from our quote unquote our ancestors, however far back it goes when we were more tribe people. Anxiety was a survival tactic. You'd be in the jungle and obviously, we'll go back to what we were saying. We don't really have any real problems except what's in our head here in the U.S. at least. When you take that emotional response that your body's telling you something's wrong and everything's all crazy, back in the day, I could see that being very beneficial. Looking around, where's the fucking tiger? Where's the other guy at?
Yeah,
but now you're just freaking out on your Subaru. You don't know what to fucking click or pull over or breathe or drink. But I look at it like that sometimes too. I'm like, I think I'm fine. It's either that or a heart attack, but I'm gonna pull over and we're gonna be fine.
Right. Yeah. They say anxiety is stress about your future. So I can see that whole primal instinct because remember, you got people coming at you from all angles. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still, if you think about it, times really haven't changed because it's still the same. You can still have some crazy motherfucker just come at you. You don't even know when it's going to happen. And it's like, how are you going to be prepared for that? We're
At
less
least here,
prepared.
though, it's very unlikely.
More or less. I mean,
It's very
Colorado's
unlikely.
not so bad, but like other places, it's way worse. Like, you get on a subway in New York, and apparently you're gonna get. There's a likely chance you're gonna get bit by someone, then you're gonna get stabbed or shot.
I was gonna say, well, you go to 16th Street Mall now, and there's a good chance you're gonna get
You know what I
stabbed.
mean?
Like,
So yeah, the anxiety is always gonna be there probably because like you know you got like I said you got all this outside shit going on, and you have like I said people like I said earlier. People are unpredictable. You have no idea what someone's going to do at any point in time. You could be sitting in a 7-Eleven, that bitch will get robbed.
you could be sitting here and just fucking buck.
Exactly. Just start a fucking all-out brawl. Like the
Yeah.
7-Eleven that's near my house, bro. It's a nice 7-Eleven, but it's been robbed many times. I'm like, fuck. I go in that 7-Eleven all the time, and I'll never see it get robbed.
Somebody walks by and they're like, "It's nice here."
Yeah, give me your money.
Too nice. Fucking.
Yeah, dude. So it's, like I
wish
said, it's
a
just
motherfucker
Maybe
would
you
try
just
to
put out
rob
that
me.
and right, exactly. Maybe we're just the type of people that put out that energy, so we're not around when shit like that happens. Because I know for a fact I'm gonna do something. I know this motherfucker's gonna do something. Pretty sure y'all are gonna do something. You know what I mean? So maybe we just kind of put that out into the universe. We just carry that energy with us. That
I just
that
carry
force.
a gun.
right. Yeah. Treat your everyday
love it.
carrier like your American Express card. Never leave home without it.
Yeah. It's
Seriously,
weird.
you just never know.
You never know. But
Yeah,
Shit, I
dude,
just
it's
picked up a
crazy.
new High Point 10 millimeter. It's kind of a cannon. It's nice though. It's fun.
Does it shoot?
It does.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I'm
not bad.
surprised. High
The
Point.
wait, remind me. So I'm having trouble with my sight adjustment though. Remind me when we're adjusting the rear sight post.
Just a pistol,
is
right?
it? Yeah. Is it down makes you go up or
Yeah,
right?
down. It's
Yeah.
the reverse. Down goes up and up goes down.
Okay,
Oh, you got
alright.
like a little.
Well,
what is it, like a little Allen
actually-
tool to like adjust the
actually-
shit.
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't even realize the rear sight post was adjustable on this, right? I just assumed
Yeah.
it was stationary because it's a
Yeah.
pistol.
Some will be, some don't.
Yeah,
And
everyone
no,
is
in this one,
different.
and so I took it to the range, and I'm aiming center mass, but I'm hitting low, right? And then my stupid ass, like, I'm unwinding it. I forgot the like basic training of adjusting your rear sight post, and I kept raising it higher and higher, and it kept shooting lower and lower. And I was
You
like,
know what will
shit.
change your life for sighting your weapons? A fucking tripod. I tried one with my buddy. Let me borrow, but I'm gonna buy it. Have you heard of a bog, a death grip?
Yeah.
So it's not like these. They're made
Well,
more
yeah.
like a clamp now,
Oh, right, yeah.
and you can put anything on there, and it's
Yeah,
fucking
pistol,
heavy,
rifle,
so it'll
yeah.
hold it. You can balance
Like
it.
what we use for like the 50s and 240
More or
Bravos and
less.
stuff.
Yeah, more or less. It's just like
It's
for
like
civilian
a civilian
use.
one. Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've never.
those are
My
nice.
bad. I didn't interrupt. I've never
No,
seen
you're
it on the
good.
civilian side.
I always wanted to be a war hero, but I was too much of a pussy. I never said.
Nah,
I always
man.
wanted to go to war, but I was like, nah.
I don't know if I've ever
I'll
said
just
this
play Call
before,
of Duty.
but like, don't feel bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was just one decision. You know what I mean? One decision, a few months of some training, depending on what you do in the military, and then your time, and then change your clothes. That's it.
Yeah, civilian side, they like to, they glamorize
They do.
being in the military,
And it
and it's
ain't-
fucking boring,
yeah,
dude.
it ain't
Most of the
shit.
time, you're bored as shit. I was supply my entire career, and don't get me wrong. I mean, like there are some good times, but
I
for
feel
the
like I
most part,
would've
it's like a
overdone
day
it,
at the
though.
office, dude. It's like coming here, like you have this awesome shop, right? And it's really like coming here. You go in, get set up, wait for your appointments, so on and so forth. Clean up your tools when you're done. At the end of the day, that's it. And even when you're active duty, so I was only AGR. I was never active duty. I was National Guard my entire career, but I had some AGR time, which is Active Guard Reserve for people who aren't familiar. And so basically what that means is that I was put on orders for a specific amount of time to assist with whatever. Anyway, it's just the day at the office, dude. Like I did logistics. I worked in warehouses and stuff like that for a really long time too. So it was a good fit for me. And at the time, females weren't allowed into combat MOSs. When I enlisted in 08, we weren't allowed into combat MOSs. So it was kind of limited, as to what like cool shit you could do. But supply wasn't bad.
You just like read my mind. I was about to ask you if you were allowed to sign up for combat.
No, when did that get? That didn't. What?
It was like 2013 or 14 or some
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I thought too. Yeah, so that was like right around the time. So 08, and I did an 8 year. So just a couple of years before my first contract ended, and then I thought about going. I thought about going like SF or jump school, stuff like that. Go airborne. And then, but by that time, I was kind of having fun just doing what I was doing.
It's a secure job, pays well, it's fun. You learn, you get to play with cool toys depending on
Yeah,
what fucking...
yeah, you still got weapons quals and you could still do cool shit. And then also I was, part-time civilian still, right? So I was busy living my civilian life and being in the military. So I didn't want to.
You probably got so much pussy with that.
It helped. It helped. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh, let me take that. Girl, why don't you go put that on? I'm like, yeah, I got you. And then just fucking rip it off. I'm like, yes, girl. You do whatever you want. I will give you whatever you want.
Uniform smells like pussy again, Jenny.
You have no idea. Like when I show up late for that's almost a true statement. There were so many times where I showed up late for drill and, being kind of a hoe and being kind of a hoe, these first thing at it, like, who were you, like, what's her name?
Yeah.
Who were you with last night? And I'm like, so it was Stephanie. I'm sorry about that. And like, all right, G, one of my NCOICs, she was really cool. I'm not gonna put a name out there just in case she ever does come across this, but I worked, man, she was bad, dude. She's just bad. And like, that sucks. She has to be my boss because I'm only an E4 and there's, you lower enlisted, can't fuck with upper enlisted. And
what do you think about the women who complain about aggressive male energy in a male aggressive fucking field like the military?
just depends, really.
I think it's justified. Again, yeah, like she was saying, just depends.
I mean, obviously, you
like,
can't
you
go
have
fucking do crazy shit. That's not what I'm talking about.
No, you have to
like,
you have to check those motherfuckers. So I let them get by. I like most of the time it's pretty chill because you don't want to end up getting you don't want to get a counseling statement, which is just a write up, right? But it looks bad on your record. It stays with the unit you're in. So if you transfer units, you get a clean slate, right? Unless it's an Article 15. Anyway, so on and so forth. So, but you don't want that fucking stain on your record, right? So most of the time, even when you get like hyper male aggression and you're a female, and I got a ton of that too, you know, like, oh gee, why do you walk like that? And I'm super happy. I'm a lover. I'm not
but
that
sometimes
kind of person,
they're just trying to be comfortable with you, and then some women
so I match
bounce
their energy.
that back.
Yeah. So I try to see where you're coming from. I'll let it slide a few times, and then I'll ask them, like, you know, so let's say you're being real aggressive, like, come on, G, you really ain't never had no dick. You don't like that? I'm like, but I don't. I'm like, I'll look you in your eye and I'll be like, I don't want your dick.
Right.
Does it make a difference? Are we good now? Like, do we need to do a push-up contest? Do we need to go throw some gloves on? What is the problem? What is it about me? Like, thank you. I know I'm handsome and pretty at the same time, but what the fuck is going on here? So what's the real issue? And usually that kind of resolves it. Nakata, I know, knows this, right?
Yeah, dude, I was an MP for fucking 14 years. I've met plenty of fucking assholes in my unit who just were fucking, they just thought they were hard shit. And it was
I
annoying
think
as fuck.
some women, you understand too, that if you leave dudes alone long enough in the sun by themselves, some of them are gonna start fucking each other.
Yeah,
So-
for real, man.
so
That's why the
they're-
infantry exists.
They're just horny, you know. Like it's
Yeah.
not like a blue or red thing. We're just men, you know.
Yeah, but most of those dudes still need fucking help with that shit, bro. Because
Some of them,
they're
yeah.
fucking, they're making it bad for people who, like I said, enjoy their service, and they're just fucking taking shits on everybody.
Do you think there's still those sergeants around, like from maybe even our army somewhere out there that are like back then that they just love going on duty because they could like pillage fucking cities and rape women?
Yeah, man. Yeah, those
Absolutely.
motherfuckers exist. Like I said, that's why they joined the infantry.
Still to this day. And I mean, I mean, I hate to bring more politics into it, but if you follow politically, like more of the shit that's going on with Cheeto Face, I can't even address that motherfucker properly. And I'm out now, so I don't care. I'm not gonna get in trouble. But like he just pardoned a sheriff. I just saw this earlier today. This guy Aaron Parras, I think is his last name. Anyway, he's an independent reporter. Trump just pardoned this dude who was getting ready, a former sheriff who was getting ready to serve a 10-year sentence, was convicted this past March. But was convicted of taking bribes and deputizing anybody for bribes and giving them the power to, you know, just fuck over whoever they want. So again, you go to rape, pillage, et cetera, so on and so forth. Yeah, giving them that power. This dude literally got pardoned today. He was supposed to start his sentence tomorrow. So that just goes to show you how much of these guys are still in power and how fragile like the old male ego is. And the way that they try to perpetuate it forward and make it still exist in today's society. Like they're terrified of change, which is inevitable, but absolutely. Yeah. Sorry. I'll end it there. Yeah. They absolutely, it still exists for sure.
She's on it. Yeah. I mean, the military tries to curb that with their psyche valves and shit when you're first enlisting. Right. And I think they might've tightened it up since I enlisted like only because you enlist once, and when you go through re-enlistment, like I was trying to do, for me it was a little different, but for me it kind of felt the same. But yeah, dude, the military tries to curb on people like that, but what it comes down to is like, how do you really check that someone's fucking gonna be crazy? Like, how do you know any one of you at any time
Right,
is
yeah.
just gonna,
If I really wanted to be in the military, I would just treat it like a job interview and be like, I'm
Exactly.
going to tell them exactly what they want to hear. Like,
Yeah.
they're not
And
gonna
that's
know.
all you do.
Yeah, they're not going to know I'm
That's all you
fucking
do.
crazy.
For
like,
real,
It's-
I can't tell you
yeah.
how many evals I had after my deployments and shit where I've done that same thing. Where like,
Yeah.
if I'm honest, these motherfuckers are gonna kick me out because they're gonna think I'm fucking crazy. So I know how to answer the questions, and
Yeah.
that shit's dangerous.
And that's an unspoken bond that's between all soldiers in the military too.
Yep.
You know, if you want to stay in and you want to have a career, well, I mean, don't go on a fucking mass shooting spree, but also don't tell the fucking truth. Don't tell them your real thoughts, dude. You're
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
Give them a little bit. Give them the things almost
You
like
give
they
them
want to
enough.
hear.
Yeah.
Like what they want to hear, and that you're on track, and things are hard and blah blah blah, and they'll give you resources to get help, and then it's just on you to get the help. And if
And
you
then-
don't get help,
Yeah, and then you're like, yes, sir, no, sir, all right, sorry, and blah, blah, blah. And then even when you're still miserable and maybe even borderline suicidal or homicidal, and you go in for that second eval, like I can attest to this personally, just with my own shit that I was going through. I had to look the fucking you got to look this counselor in the eye, you got to look this therapist in the eye, and you got to say. And they know you're lying too. They look at you. Most of the time they know when you're lying.
Yeah.
Like they look at you and they're like, "So how are you feeling?" And you're like, and you're like on the verge of tears and shit. And you're like shaking. I'm great. I'm great. Life's good. I didn't. In your mind, you're going, I didn't kill myself last night, but and then in reality, you're just like, yeah, I made some dinner, watched a movie. I've been going to those therapy sessions. I ain't been doing shit, dude. I ain't been doing shit. I just been fucking stewing in my own brain. Or even if I have been, taking steps forward, you're like, but I'm still miserable because I've got an NCOIC who won't promote me because they're either just an asshole, period. And that could be male or female asshole. The people with egos, there's no fucking gender boundary there. But either my NCOIC is a piece of shit, or they, in my case, they don't want to promote me because they want me to stay there and make sure I continue to do their job, even though I was promised to go to BLC so I could get my fucking E5. And they just kind of keep toying with you. And yeah. But you go in and you pretend that life's good. And doesn't matter.
That's the crazy thing is that life a lot of the time is good.
yeah.
But it's
I mean,
weird.
there are a lot of good things about life, and we can look past those things. It's nice when you have like your own little tight group. It doesn't even matter if that's only one or two other people that you genuinely trust and that make you happy.
Do you have kids?
I have a stepson. He's 22. Yeah, his mom and I broke up years ago, but he's always my baby. Yeah, never had any biological kids though.
I think that will change your life.
No, I had baby fever
yeah,
for a
it'll
little
change your
bit, and then I
life.
thought about like being pregnant, and I was like,
You don't have to be pregnant and get someone else pregnant.
that is true. Yeah, I could just hook her up. I'm like, hey, baby, come on, girl, carry this baby real
Yo,
quick.
I don't
it's
know.
a lot.
In your individual situation, if it was yours, you would bond with it like nothing else.
Well, no, it's not that. No, it's not that. No, I bonded with Tavy. My
But
son's name's Tavy.
it's different.
The same.
It's different.
No, and I understand where that comes from. It's interesting that you bring it up in that sense, right? When his mom and I first met, she was my first love, and well, vice versa. We were each other's first love, and he is just like the cutest, big old doe-eyed little baby, and he was only a year and a half, right? And he was terrified of me at first, and then when we got more serious. Like that dude laid with me and spent more time with me than he did his biological mother for a majority of the time. Maternal, the thing about maternal instincts, I can't speak on a men's half on behalf of a man, but maternal and paternal instincts don't necessarily go based solely on biology. If that were the case, how do you adopt a child and love it with all your heart? You'd still take a bullet from him, even whether you adopt them at infancy, elementary, middle school, high school, right? That kind of love comes from, and I know this just again kind of going into my childhood. I'll get into that later, but that kind of maternal bond isn't something that necessarily only comes from genetics. I respect like where you're coming from, but
when you said he was 22,
oh, he's 22 now. Oh no, he's 22 now.
See,
no.
but
We
in
met
my
when he was a baby.
In my head,
Yo, if you're
Bro,
bonding with
it's
some 22-year-old, bro, like,
I hold
are you
him in
sure
my
you don't
lap. I
like
was
dick?
right? I'm all, come to bed, Tavy. Come on, baby, right here. Okay. No,
You
it's
fucking tease.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll still spoon, honey. It's okay. You're still a baby to me. Aw.
Jenny's fucking weird, mom.
Fucking done, dude.
No, I thought you might have met him when he was like 12.
Oh
or
no,
something,
no.
you know?
We met when he was a toddler.
Yeah, that's way different.
Yeah.
That's basically like your son. Too,
Yeah,
but
exactly. I raised
It's
him,
different when you get to
helped raise
see a
him.
creature from like this little fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's different.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. And you know, it's interesting. All my friends, you know, I'm part of that generation. I'm 40, so most of my friends. What?
You see that Kevin Hart
It's
video?
nice because we all look like 15-year-old Justin Biebers. I just have like a year-round tan. It's cool.
Must be nice.
I think we all look pretty young for our age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man,
think we
I-
all look good here.
I still get like 20s depending
me
on
too.
who's walking into the improv. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I still get carded all the time. It's like, let me see your ID. I'm like,
Yeah. If you
a
come to
good
Denver
feeling,
Improv,
right?
you'll always get carded.
You feel good. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a nice feeling. I wonder if I'm gonna be like one of those old people when I'm like in my 80s, all pissed off because I can't get a beer, and they're like, "But it's mandatory," and I'm like, "Bitch, I'm 96. This might be the last beer of my fucking life." What do you guys think? Are
it's
you
just
gonna be
weird
like
Colorado
angry and
state
old?
laws.
I
hope
hope to. I hope to be.
I don't think so.
I hope
feel
to be
pretty
old
chill.
but not angry.
I don't know. I guess it just depends. But I hope to be. Not that old, bro.
Not 80? Nah.
If I can like do at least like move my body on my own and like at least be able to do like one solid push up, one solid pull up where I'm able bodied, I don't want to be around.
Well, that's why you just got to keep moving, man. You can't get lazy. You
Yeah,
just
I know,
keep your
but
body
like
working.
I mean, some people, like if I let myself go, I don't deserve to be that old. In my head.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Well, supposedly, these scientists, biology scientists, I guess, or whoever, they say that there's a person who's born. I don't know how old they are or whatever. They don't know. They said there's someone born right now in our timeline that's going to live to be like 130.
Nice. I want to be that as long as like again able, but we've got stem cells
Why
and
is
all this
that?
other shit going on.
I don't know, dude. Like for like the research and how human evolution is going. Like
The
it's-
microplastics are gonna start adjusting, like, fucking transforming your cells and
Yeah.
Well,
stuff.
and just science in general, right? Like we already know we can clone animals. I'm sure somewhere in some lab,
We've cloned people already.
Yeah, if
It's
you
not
have
just animals.
Yeah,
We've
if you
cloned
have
people.
if you have a TS, dude, you already know that. You've been in there. You just can't talk about it. You looked at it
Yeah.
like pretty fucking cool. I want to know if in that situation, since I know I'm not going to be a part of that, like the living to 130 naturally and probably still looking pretty
don't know.
good.
Could be you. They say that person is just born. They're living. They
I
just
really
don't.
hope it's not you.
I fucking hope it is, bro. I'll have more kids. I'll fucking be around and piss off everybody
He's
for
gonna be-
130.
He's gonna be on the stage at 100 years,
When
100
you're
years
110,
old.
you're
Talking
gonna
shit.
fucking, you're gonna walk your way to my grave. Just like,
Yeah, back in my day, you fucking sons of bitches, it was different.
It'd be great.
I was jerking dudes off with both hands
I think
while
it'd be,
getting rammed by my wife.
I think it'd be great
Pegging's
if
hot.
you were I think it'd be great if you sounded old but you look the age you are now and they're
Oh, that'd be
like
fucking cool.
I
yeah.
just think you're retarded.
Right, no,
Probably.
but that's even better, right? Like I'm down for that. I'm down to look my
Yeah.
age now and be old as shit.
Yeah, I'm even down with if they perfect the cryostasis shit, you know, where they can fucking suspend your body in animation for years and then wake you up like Demolition Man type shit. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'd want to wake up in like 200 years.
But I won't lie, dude. I want to see my kids get older. Like I want to see them have their lives, and I want to see what kind of people they turn into, which is why I haven't killed myself.
At
So
130, you're probably gonna end up burying them though.
I know if that's if that's the case. I mean,
It'll
that,
be like your great grandkids helping you.
right. They're still
You can
alive.
just
That'd
shoot
be dope.
yourself as soon as you're done burying him.
All right,
you know,
I'm
like,
coming with you, son.
I mean, because that would be rough, bro. Burying
If
your
I
kids.
ever bury my
like,
kids, like let's see, even if I bury the last one, like that day, I'll probably kill
yeah,
myself.
I've known people who've had to, bury their kids.
Yeah.
And it's rough, dude. Like I think about that
It's
shit.
horrible, dude.
Yeah, I think about this shit all the time. It sucks because that anxiety thing, man. Like sometimes I just get that anxiety. Like I see videos on like fucking Instagram or whatever, like all these kids, like and how many kids are getting snatched up just out of
Oh,
places.
yeah.
Like gives me fucking stress to the max, bro. Because I will fucking beat the fuck someone down if they try to snatch up my kids, dude.
No, like,
Any one of my kids, I'll fuck them up.
You ever
Like,
have like these
it's
really,
crazy.
I have sometimes have to catch myself. Like, what what are you doing? Like, right? Like, I'll just
Yeah.
have these stupid ideas right before I go to sleep. Like, something completely random. Like my kid will be at my mom's, and then I know my mom's gonna take him to the store or something, right? But I'll be like, what if my mom fucking forgets to turn the car keys off and leaves them there, and someone grabs? Like, it's just the dumbest thing.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
weird,
how-
It's
isn't
just
it?
natural
Yeah, it's
parental
weird. It's
instinct.
so
How am I
weird.
gonna
Yeah.
forgive her? Am I gonna have to shoot her and then shoot myself?
Yeah, dude. Like it's shit you don't want to think about, but it's that reality that's still just that kicks off that anxiety switch every so
It's
often.
really crazy.
Like,
I'm
it
really
fucking
good at
sucks.
catching myself though. Like
Yeah.
I literally tell myself in my head, like, stop.
Yeah,
What
like
the
that's
fuck
not
are
gonna
you-
happen.
What the
Like,
fuck are you doing?
yeah.
Like in this current administration, like if you want to pardon some motherfuckers, can we pardon all of the fucking sick bastards that we kill trying to like kidnap and traffic kids? Can we get,
Yeah,
you know,
let's-
like I feel like there should be like a certain level of martial law. Like we know for sure you are a shitty, like you are disgusting and you just happen to get beat to death by a parent, like because you tried to snatch the wrong kid or something. I mean, just in general, but you know,
Hey, you can always.
I feel
look up,
like you should go to court and they'll be like, case dismissed. Also, here's a key to the city for a month. You know, like
think we
thank you
should
for
just-
protecting us.
Just throw them in an oven like the Jews.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
let them slowly.
Let it
cook.
rain
Yeah.
ash. Pedo ash.
You know, you can look up the sex offender registry and where they live, like in your area and
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
I hate when I see all those dots pull
Address,
up. I'm like,
spaces,
ugh.
everything, bro. We could just go on a whole fucking
That'd
spree.
be crazy. Imagine if something crazy like that. Like if a pedo took my kid and killed him, I'd become the Punisher for pedos. I'd
And-
just start
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
them up one
And
by
not even
one.
kill him, bro. Think of all the shit they probably
Oh,
put
I'll
them
kill
through
'em.
before they killed him. Fuck yeah.
I'll like rip their teeth out with pliers, and he's like, "I don't even know you." My son didn't know him either. Just
Yeah,
fucking-
bro. I'd skin a motherfucker. I ain't even gonna lie. I'd skin him slow. I'd peel fucking every fucking inch of skin out that
They
motherfucker.
got this really good potato peeler at Target. It's a Black and Decker.
Nice.
yeah.
That one's good.
Like I'm for I'm definitely for maybe like a little like slow poisoning too. Like just enough to like make you vomit consistently for a couple of hours while you're fucking bleeding out from being
Yeah.
skinned with the potato peeler,
Oh,
dude.
we got
and then
plenty
no,
of
but then
that.
you're gonna give them a
It's
little
called
Pepto.
chemotherapy.
Right? yeah, right. You're gonna go undergo chemo
Yeah.
even though you ain't got cancer.
No,
bitch.
no. Then and then
like
and then
that.
let them heal for a while, and then do it all over again. Start peeling those fucking scabs. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm with you guys, man. Fuck that.
That would be saved. We're gonna start giving them chemotherapy.
Yeah, pedals for punishment. Your chemotherapy.
6 rounds of chemo for the fucking rapist.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I you think there's a cure for cancer? I feel like there is.
There-
but-
They apparently found one.
Yeah.
I was some researchers are in China or some shit. I think there's been a cure found for cancer a long ass time ago. It's
Yeah.
just pharmaceutical companies. It's been known they want to make money. You know how much money they made
course,
off fucking the COVID
billions.
vaccine? Billions. And you know how much they
They're
lied
still
about the
making.
numbers? Yeah, they still. And
Didn't
people
that fucking Martin Shkreli
So
dude
crazy.
make money over the AIDS pill or
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
some shit like that?
And there's a
Yeah.
new cure for AIDS. There's a new like foolproof cure for AIDS in South Africa somewhere as
Magic
well. too.
Johnson shot.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, but it's brand new. We just found it.
yeah, bullshit. I call bullshit.
No, yeah, you know it's exactly
dude.
though. Big pharma, and until the world government, which you know, big pharma controls a huge portion of that. We know
Fuck
that's
yeah.
world government. That's not just here in the U.S. Until they find a way to mass produce these cures, but also still make a huge profit off of it because fuck everybody living. There's enough of us currently on this planet that they're still willing to sacrifice hundreds of millions of people a year
Yeah.
until they learn how to come up with a way that's suitable for society for the most part that the general population will accept. Like, all right, well, we're down from a few 100 million to 1 million a year. That's okay. Until that happens, it's going to stay this way too. They're not going to get rid of all these fucking drugs. There's Farxiga. Have you guys heard of Farxiga? I don't know what the fuck it cures. I think it's supposed to help with your kidneys, but apparently it gives you like a yeast infection in your asshole and your fucking
What
front
the
junk.
fuck?
Yeah. So like for me, I would just have 2 constant yeast infections, but they keep bringing it up in the commercial when they talk about side effects. They're like side effects
effects
include
may include
genital
suicide. Side
rash,
effects may-
Yeah.
genital rash, yeast
See.
infections, possible death, herpes, you know, fucking giant cysts,
they're like
whatever.
abdominal bleeding, suicidal thoughts. And people are all fucking
Like-
Yeah, I
dancing.
want
in
to
the
kill,
know,
commercial,
I want to
right?
kill
like-
myself because I've had a fucking yeast infection in my ass and in my crotch for 3 months, dude. But my kidneys work great, so
Yeah.
that's the plus.
See, and my wife's a nurse, and I talk to her about this all the time because where I'm at in my mental health and shit, she wants me to like take pharmaceutical meds to like kind of help balance out the chemicals in my brain. I'm like, I said, yes, I know where you're coming from because, you know, of how I can fucking be sometimes. I was like, every time we watch one of those pharmaceutical commercials, I'm like, why in the fuck would I want to cure something that I have a problem with and then have all these other problems? She's like, well, and because she's done the schooling on it. She's done a pharmacology shit for her schooling. And she's like, well, those are possible side effects. It doesn't mean you're always going to get those ones. I'm like, but for me personally, in the pharmaceuticals I've taken, is like, I've had fucking side effects and I don't fucking like it. Like for my depression, I used to take depression meds that would help me sleep.
Did you ever try Leprexo?
No.
Or Lexapro, not Leprexo. Lexapro.
No. I was never put on that. I got put on trazodone.
You ever tried like a strict
She
diet
told me that
change?
was for sleep, man.
bro,
My fucking doctor told me
like
trazodone was for sleep.
when I'm not eating right and when I'm not working out, like I can feel myself kind of fucking slipping more into
Sometimes
my
a strict
fucked up
diet
shit.
and just a strict workout
Yeah, it's
regimen.
exercise. Yeah, no, absolutely.
It helps tremendously
Yeah.
for sure.
And I
Letting
told
it
her,
all-
I said, I'll do anything else. I'll try any other natural remedy. I was like, we'll fucking work out twice as much as we are now. I was like, but I'm not gonna do any pharmaceuticals really.
maybe pegging.
But I've heard that with guys, once y'all bust that nut, like once you get it up the butt and you bust that nut, like I guess no regular nut compares. That's what I've heard.
Nah,
I don't know if that's true.
that's
but
not true.
No.
I think everyone's different. Yeah.
My wife fucked me once. And it's not true.
Yeah.
Remember, you
I
got to
still-
try it 3 times before you
I
know you
still
don't
bust
like
great
it.
nuts. I know
Great
you didn't
nuts.
know that. But,
Great nuts. You could sell that. You
I
could
already,
go
I've
down to
already
cereal
known
aisle.
that.
Yeah, we joke about it.
You can sell Great Nuts milk and then go with your Grape Nuts cereal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's actually not a good experience in my opinion.
Yet now you know how women feel. Every female, and you're like, let me put it
It's
in your
different
butt.
though because you guys have like an organ that was created
For it.
for it.
I'm not talking about the front hole.
I
I'm
know.
talking about the back hole though.
Oh, that's just optional. It's because you wanted to do it.
No, but right, but I did.
we have
But
no
I'm
other
saying
option.
all the holes start out at the same tightness is my point.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you start to understand, like, because I can only imagine from a dude's perspective, like how good that feels. Like, oh yeah, that shit's tight, you know. But I don't know. Does it hurt actually? Does it hurt when you're forcing yourself into something that tight, or does
Yeah.
it like make you like bust right away? Like, what goes on in there?
Well,
So-
my dick's not that big, so I've never had that issue. But
Yeah, it's
Just-
always kind to lube. It's good for both parties. Yeah, because trying to force yourself going in, it sucks.
Yeah. That shit doesn't feel good. Just trying to fucking ram it in there.
well, you gotta have
Essentially.
you gotta have lube, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I mean,
for
even
ass
after,
play, yeah.
even
But that's
even if
stock at my house. You guys don't have a lube. You guys
Yeah,
don't
I got it at the pump.
Yeah, I
it
got
on
the
a
pump one
yeah.
too. I'm not bullshitting.
Nice.
The HO, the water base. You don't want to get silicone based. They'll give you a
Yeah,
yeast
My
infection.
boy's got
that's-
the Diddy lubing station ready.
Fuck yeah.
I'm glad I limit my penetration and it doesn't involve penis, man. Like, don't involve any dicks.
I've thought
'cause,
about
damn, that's
buying
a
in
lot to
bulk.
think about.
Yeah, I've thought about buying in bulk, but then I'm like, every time I run out, it means I get to go back to the store. So,
Hey, and they might have something new you might like to try with your wife.
you ever tried a hollow strap on?
No.
It adds size and girth to you.
I've
and
I've
that's-
seen them. Like, yeah. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah?
what my wife
How was
always
it?
says. It's
Wait,
fake.
like, do you still get some out of it, or?
You're supposed to, yeah.
Yeah, you still feel it.
Oh, cool.
Unless it's just like very not tight, then you might not feel anything.
Nice. Everybody wins. That's cool.
But even then, you get like some suction from the actual thing you put on. It's try it. If you never tried it, try it. Who gives a shit? Just try it.
Yeah.
You unfortunately cannot try it, but
No, that's-
you can try
He's
it.
not
You
for
can
me.
try it.
He's not for me. No, thank you.
How do you know? Maybe your wife will love it.
I'm sure she will.
And then you're just like, ah, fuck. She wants me to use this every time now.
She says I'm enough, so I'm just gonna keep to that.
Well, you're.
Hey, I mean,
She says she's happy. I'm just gonna keep it the same. Same generic dictionary.
need-
you got
no
the
need-
definition of it's not about the size. Like,
Yeah,
you're
man.
doing
Like, there's
something
no
right,
need to
yeah.
switch it up now, babe.
She likes it. She's happy.
There's
why
extra
change?
angles you can take to get
Yeah,
more in there.
Trust me, it's not boring with me by any means.
You
Get a
gotta
little
look-
she would be
pile
married to
driver
me.
action. Give yourself like another inch or two. Just-
Yeah,
There's like a roller coaster wave motion you that you get a little more in there,
yeah.
and it'll add a little more. Just
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah.
Position
Give a look.
legs. You
Yeah.
y'all don't have to tell
And
me,
I heard
man.
You
I'm
gotta
Asian.
twist your hips. You
Hey,
gotta
no,
fucking-
yeah, when you're in there like that, like, so speaking of that position and speaking of straps and stuff, you know, and we were talking about this and like feeling, but, you know, I mean, at least when I'm in there with, you know, all 10 of my dicks, I don't do it all at once. I don't, let me preface, but that motion, yeah, exactly what you're talking about. You know, you know, women have a couple of different spots, you know, to orgasm, right? But when you're inside, and you're pulling back right there. You know, that's why
But
women love it so much. You put that rhythm into it.
That they're not like all like back in the day. Like now, there's some that you can buy that like go in you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I
you
mean,
actually-
I'm down to get kind of freaky with certain females. Like I was telling you earlier, I really save like my good days when I'm putting in work. If I got to put the strap on, dude, my back has my back's been through it, so I don't have
Gotta
the
get the
full
back
stamina.
brace too
Yeah,
and shit.
I'm
Like,
telling you,
alright.
man. Like I've gotten a little bit older. I got the stamina, but fuck, man. Like I'm definitely not walking for about a week, and like you know, it's the opposite. She's happy walking around. I'm over here miserable, back's fucked up, ice packs on there. Yeah.
You ever have a hard time getting it on and then like fall off? Like when you're putting like underwear on, you fucking step on it and you fucking.
There were a couple times, yeah, like with a couple of my exes, I tried like having fun. So I'd put the strap on and then put my sweats on over and be like, and then just like
Come get
she's
this
reading a
dick.
book and she's reading a book and shit, and I just stand in front of her, fucking hard on and shit.
I'm always hard.
Yeah, she's slapping away. What the fuck is that? I'm like, girl, get your ass in the bed. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never understand erectile dysfunction. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, you're lucky you don't gotta go through that shit.
It's not. Sometimes it's. One time I remember I had this girl that was way out of my league, and I got scared.
Oh no.
I got a little bit of the dysfunction. I had to go in the bathroom and jack off.
I've
for a little bit.
I've learned it now. I've learned now that I'm older. It's not even just about being scared. Like this honestly happened to me recently. I fucking was gonna hook up. Pretty much did hook up with this girl who was like, you know, we're good friends, but I just realized like, I don't know, it was halfway through and I was just like, I'm honestly just not really into it.
Yeah.
And she was just like, this feels kind of, even she was just like, this feels kind of awkward. And I was like, honestly, I felt the same way. And I was just like, I just think I'm not really fucking like fully into it. And it's like,
Because you have like that more friendly relationship and you didn't want to fuck it up, huh?
I think that was part of it, but I was also
Yeah.
just, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it rather than I realized I just didn't want to, I guess I just didn't
not
really want to have
attracted-
sex
just
with
not
her.
attracted to her that way.
Yeah.
It's not
is
an
what it
offensive
is.
thing to say.
It's-
Nah.
No, it's okay. And it's the same way with females too. Like I've had past relationships where I just couldn't get wet and I couldn't stay wet. I couldn't come. I couldn't do any of that shit. And I felt bad. And then, you know, of course your partner is always, you know, they're all pissed off at you. She's mad. Like, what am I doing
Or
wrong?
upset.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I swear it's not you. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're just not into it. Yeah.
Just
You just like, you
sometimes-
think you want it and then you don't.
Yeah.
I had a gay time. I had a gay.
You had a gay top. The truth is coming out. We got it.
I had
gay
a
time.
I had a gay client tell me one time that he gets wet when he's horny. His asshole gets wet.
I've heard of that.
Probably.
Like
I mean,
dudes like
think
getting
of it.
like weird
You're-
like secretion in your fucking booty
Yeah,
and shit. when
but
they're-
that's
yeah.
that's how it helps you shit. I
It's
would
a
think
self-defense
so,
response.
Yeah.
Like, here it comes, guys. Get ready.
Yeah,
That's
probably. That's what I would think it is. If I was
Wow.
about to get fucked in my ass, I'd probably shit all over. I'm just saying that it's got to be because, like I said, that it helps move everything in your colon, so those secretions happen, right? But yeah.
What other
guess.
like crazy, fucking like bad sexcapades have you guys had? Like I had one.
I got
yeah.
a good one.
All right.
I think I've said this before on the pod. It was back before I got married and I wasn't in relationships at the time, and I was I was about to cuck this older couple because I like older ladies, and I go over to their house. It was right after work. I just got off work and I went over to their house, and oh man, it should have been red flag first because when I walked in, their place was dirty. So I was like, whatever. And they
When
just
you
got
get a
done.
certain smell, you should just
Yeah,
walk away.
and they just got done smoking weed, so I'm like, okay, they seem pretty cool. Like I think it's gonna be all right, man. as soon as
Chill.
It smelled like weed and Funyuns.
yeah, bro.
Right, but it's gonna be okay.
So
We're
like I
good.
said, red flag. I thought it was gonna be right. I just don't worry about it. Just don't think about it. Don't think about it. Right. And as soon as we get going, bro, I'm already naked. I'm hard. And as soon as his old lady takes off her panties, bro, like her panties look stained with something, bro. Her pussy smelled so bad. Like, and if I talk about it too much, I'm gonna make my own self throw up. But it was so yeah, bro. I'm telling you.
She had that
that,
two.
brother?
She had
What's
that
that?
Tucci, huh? That Tucci, like
No, it
like
was
the
like-
definition.
What's that, brother?
Have you guys ever walked past like when it's summer, like a really bad smelling like trash can? You're just like,
Oh, I know
fuck, I
what
gotta
bad
get
pu-
away from that shit. That's exactly. As soon as she opened her legs, bro, all that smell just came out. I instantly started getting soft, bro, and I almost relched 3 times. I held myself from puking 3 times. And I was just like, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work because I am kind of tired from work, dude. I got my clothes and I busted the fuck out of there. But I almost rested on this chick like 3 times. It was so bad I held back vomit.
That's crazy.
Nasty. And it almost ruined my old lady fetish. It almost ruined it.
Like she clearly hasn't touched that thing with soap or water in
I was
years.
Say, you would,
like for it
you
to
would
smell
hope
like
she's
that.
gonna wash up before getting cooked.
I've
know,
smelled
but
nasty
no.
bitches before. Like when it's to that level though, like you're not only is your diet and everything else terrible, but you're literally not touching anything inside there. So they're probably
Anything.
fucking, he's coming in there.
Ugh.
Like she's not, you gotta clean.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like, regardless if it cleans itself, bitch, and you're not, I'm gonna
Yeah,
need you
you
need to
still
get in there
gotta-
with some. You need to get in there with douche, some
Summer's
Vagisil.
Eve.
Yeah,
Throw
I'm gonna need you to
something.
clean
Some
that shit
Summer's
out. That's
Eves on
fucking
that.
gross, dude.
Yeah, bro, it was bad. That was bad.
Got a
I learned as an
sourdough
adult
loaf.
too that you can't really wash around your asshole with Old Spice either. Body wash, it'll like irritate it.
Really?
Like how you women have that problem. Like you're not supposed to wash your asshole with like regular soap. You know, you guys don't have
Not
that issue.
not inside your asshole, but you can wash your
But
asshole.
like
Yeah,
when you get
like
around,
surface.
I clinch and I fucking scrub.
oh,
and
that's
I'm
it.
good.
You
Yeah.
never get like close to like the like around it.
I did once like I think it was like growing up, like when I was younger. You know what I mean? I accidentally fucked up and got soap like in my ass and it fucking hurt. Just like if you ever get soap in your piss hole, right?
Yeah.
That shit hurts too. And I make sure I
use
never.
some Dove Men. I put that shit right up in my cheeks, right up in there.
I don't.
I'm just saying, dude,
I
just
don't-
clench and you just kind of scrub and you
No,
can clean
I
your
don't
booty
know
hole.
what's going on with y'all's booty holes, but
Mine's clean.
No,
My booty hole's clean.
No. And
I don't know, not by the sound of it.
No, trust me, it is.
No, I'm saying that.
I don't fuck around.
No, dude, because I have to like triple it up when I'm really weird about personal
That's
hygiene.
what I'm saying.
I've just
I
been through a lot.
gotta wash my
Got
asshole.
to.
Like,
If you don't,
No,
bro,
I
it's
don't.
like
I don't shove a soapy finger up in my
No,
fucking
yeah.
hole,
It's
dude.
just on the
But I
outside.
no. I'll fucking,
like
yeah.
this. Think
No,
about
dude,
it like
I
this.
part the cheeks. I get my fucking loofah nice and soapy. I don't give a fuck. Oh, whatever kind of soap I'm using, whether it be body wash or fucking bar soap,
X.
that's getting
Yeah,
nice and
yeah,
lathered.
exactly.
I'm pulling those cheeks apart and I'm scrubbing. You know what I'm saying? And then you get all your front bits and stuff too. And as a female, it cleans itself, right? But I don't care. Like I still get water. I'm making sure everything.
Removable
I am
shower head is what
Hey,
you
hey, yeah, I do have that too. Yeah, I
go.
make sure she's nice and clean. I'll open her up. I'm like, hey girl, how you doing down there?
water pick.
waterboard.
You ever seen your own asshole like in a mirror?
I can't say that. I can't say that I have, but I might go bend over in front of the mirror tonight.
You ever seen your own asshole?
Yeah, man. I used to shave for swimming and shit. So yeah, I shaved
you-
all my hair.
Oh shit, you used to swim?
Yeah, I used to be on the swim team.
nice.
A little bit. Yeah.
You ever seen your own asshole in the mirror? Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah,
look at
I
it.
think so. You gotta make sure that you're good. Like, because if you feel something and something ain't right, you gotta check it out.
I was just curious one day. I was like,
Yeah,
wonder
yeah.
what the fuck it looks like.
yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's just
Do you have like
curiosity.
a mirror that you stood over?
No,
or-
I tried at first.
Just looking at his
Kinda.
phone, going like this.
You do have to like have like 2 mirrors at least, or one big one, and you gotta like, have
Something.
a
You
good
just put like
angle.
a mirror against the wall, and then you just do like gynecologist position, and you just
put you got stirrups.
So you had,
Speaking of-
you had your legs up. You had your legs up.
yeah, he's
kind
got
of.
stirrups and shit.
kind of, yeah. You gotta lay down and throw your hips up a little bit.
You do. I had my gyno tell me that a couple of times. It's like a little further down on the table. Sir, we are too close at this point. The fact that, we just can't get any closer. No, but then they'll grab you and they'll yank you down like they're about to give
Yeah.
you some head. Just
Call back
I'm
to
like,
little
I'm
little
scared.
Larry.
One of the most awkward things, I'm sorry, I gotta tell you this real quick. One of the most awkward fucking gynecologist appointments I ever had was like when the doctor told me I had a beautiful cervix. Like he's got me fucking spread open. He's got the fucking things. And I'm like, you can stop spreading because that's
Woman
painful.
or male?
No, this was a dude. Yeah,
That's
like
kind of weird.
Most gynecologists are males.
There's really no good
I have
way
a
to say
female
that.
one now, but
That's good.
at this time, no. And
Yeah,
he's
it'd be
like,
weird.
he already started spreading it. I had to like, ow, and I'm like, dude, like, I don't know whose hole you think you're digging in right now, but it's open enough, I promise. And no, but he's like, and he's in there, and I'm getting my regular checkup, fucking, and he's like, wow. And it was like some shit out of a movie. I know this isn't a movie, but this really fucking happened. And he's like, you have a beautiful cervix. And I'm just like in the fucking stirrups, dude, just so uncomfortable. I'm all, thanks.
He's right, like, you could have 3 kids, right?
I know. And I'm
Are
like,
you ready?
yeah.
You're already open. Just let me fucking come inside you.
dude, and I was scared. I was scared he was going to start trying to dig around
Right?
with fingers and shit. I'm like, sir, no. You can take that out. This visit is over with. Thank you.
What's that?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
crazy.
Oops.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, you have a really nice cervix.
Right. He's just like,
I've wondered about that sometimes because, you know, when they do a pelvic exam, you know, they're inserting fingers inside you and then they push down on the front, like lower portion of your pelvis and shit. So sometimes I wonder, like, if I've actually been molested by my gynecologist because
Probably.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
I feel
probably.
like they've been in there like a little too long. So, especially when I was younger and I was a teenager and I didn't know any better. You know, like they're in there feeling around. I'm like, why did you pull out like twice and then touch me again?
Oh, that's fucked
yeah,
up.
no, it is fucked up, but
Maybe it wasn't
kinda true.
molestation.
Don't
but,
worry, I'm almost done.
fucking hate you.
what would you do?
They're so invasive. Those those procedures
They
are so
really are.
invasive, bro.
If
It's
you've
so
ever-
crazy.
Yeah, have you guys ever
I'm
been
glad
in
I'm
the
not a
room
female,
while-
bro.
Have you ever been in the room during a pelvic exam?
No.
No, really.
I feel so awkward
you
if
should
I was.
you should definitely be in there one of these times. It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
dude.
'cause, no, it wouldn't be weird. I would be there just to save my wife from getting raped, bro.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
No,
I'm
it's a
gonna
trip.
do it for my daughter now. Did you think about it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
be there if my.
Oh, I
my-
1000%
'cause
agree with that.
If, dude, you never know who's a fucking creeper either, a fucking pedo.
And-
If the doctor's trying to fucking be creepy on my daughter, I'm gonna fuck that dude up.
And I know there's a lot of good guys in this world. Like I'm sitting with 3 cool ass dudes that I know aren't fucking pedophiles or nasty. Or,
Fuck no.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm a little
definitely
nasty,
And,
but-
and then like some
Nasty's one
some
thing.
females are gross
Pedophile's
too.
different.
No, some females are fucking gross too, and they're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like Epstein's girlfriend, like she's like, "Come on, honey,
But
we're gonna traffic
see,
you now."
She
But,
thinks but people say she's a victim though, because I guess Epstein, was like into her when she was already young, and they had like this whole relationship
Yeah.
before she got older. So people are trying to say she was kind of like bred into the position she was
yeah,
in.
but you also didn't snitch when
Yeah,
you got
and you
caught.
didn't say
so,
no,
Bitch,
yeah.
you started enjoying it at a certain point. So even
Yeah.
if there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
level of manipulation tactics being used, which I'm sure did happen,
Yeah.
at some point you became okay with it and thought that this was an okay. You forgot about like the
Humanity,
pain
yeah.
yeah. And you're a fucking. You got all the same parts. You know exactly what these women are thinking and what
And
they're
going
going through.
through.
Yeah. No, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. No, I was just going to say, yeah, start with a female gynecologist for sure. I know most doctors are good doctors and we entrust them, you know, when they take that Hippocratic oath and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure like something fucked up probably
Yeah, I'm saying,
kind of
you
wasn't
can't-
100% professional
Yeah, you don't
when
know
I was
everybody.
younger. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know everybody. You can pass those psyche evals if you know how to fucking skirt them. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those underlying things. Bro.
My
You
brother's
gotta-
a doctor, so
Oh, nice. What's
dope.
his specialty?
he's a surgical anesthesiologist. Right
Oh,
now.
nice, dude. So he gets all the good drugs. He can put me to sleep, wake me up. All right.
he could kill you.
I just thought about the lead, like the build up to that. I'm like, that's not the right time to
Dude, that
say that
joke,
during this conversation.
That joke that fucking crackhead lady said was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
She said that it looks like if the Joker was a lady smoking blues in front of my house.
yeah. That's fucking hilarious. She was good. That was a good set.
Dude, it was hard voting for the
Yeah.
winner, honestly. But
That's
I had
why
it-
I don't clap. I mean, I really don't put on my light. If they really suck, I will.
I think honestly, I kind of feel like Crawford wanted Piper to win.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like he felt bad that she didn't win because it was close.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was very close.
I wish I could have been
Hey,
here.
you got
last
people
summer.
rolling up on you right now. Oh, never mind. They're going upstairs.
Oh, they're the owners of
Oh,
the
that's dope.
tax place upstairs.
Oh, okay.
She looks like she owns somebody's taxes. Like, what did these motherfuckers do now?
Well,
Just to
she's
look
white,
like, you know,
so-
yeah. She's like, she looks like that white lady, and then those glasses were perfect, and she's got her pink sweater, and you
She's
know, her
in
little,
Karen mode.
Her little bougie bitch,
Yeah,
yeah.
she in
walk,
Karen
yeah.
mode.
Have you guys had your first rectal exam yet?
No, you don't really have to get that
Almost,
till you're
huh?
40, unless you got like issues and you're like peeing frequently. Then you should, but they say not until like.
I always
think
say
35 or
better
40.
prepared, you know.
And why not?
Yeah.
See, dudes go through one.
What do you do if like when your doctor is doing that, you feel him start going like,
Like I said, he's getting fucked up because at that point it's not even professional. See,
She's playing with your booty.
how do
like,
you
"Come here."
know it's your first one though? I YouTube a rectal exam.
I guess I'd ask.
And that's not how you do it.
I guess I'd ask him like, are your fingers supposed to be doing that right now?
There's more movement than usual. I know my fucking prostate's not that deep in my ass.
He's like, yeah, but I need to feel it out because I can go that deep.
I'm like, doctor, why is my asshole starting to secrete?
Why am I wet? Doctor, at least pay for some dinner before you fuck me.
Should we finish this
What
exam?
when you're done, what do we do now? Do
Smoke.
I smoke a cigarette or I kiss you? What the fuck?
Yeah. Do I light up right here? Is it cool?
Yeah.
See, dudes are weird. Like they have one invasive exam when they turn 40 about an enlarged prostate, but females are getting fucking opened up in all these weird shit for their whole entire lives.
Life isn't coming out of our asshole.
That's true. So it's and I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. There's no better way to like look up all that shit. You have to be so invasive. It's crazy. I would hate to be a female, bro.
I think it's got its ups and downs.
Sure.
I mean, you get in free to clubs, but then on the downside, like if
people are trying to fucking date rape your drinks and shit. Yeah.
And I get the worst cramps on the planet. So like I have an IUD right now, but it's not for the reason that it's not for the reason that
just
you
in case you get raped.
Right. I mean, actually, you just made me realize it has a dual purpose. Like,
I'm
just
saying,
in
bro.
case
Yeah.
that roofie colada gets a little too strong.
Dudes are just gross, dude. They don't care if they're lesbian.
And I get hit on
They'll
by a
fuck you
lot
up,
more.
yeah.
I get hit on by a lot of dudes still. Like,
oh yeah,
there was a very
fetish.
It's just like you were saying.
into-
It's like you were saying. There's tons of dudes who are probably just like, oh,
My boy
I can fuck you.
would
I can
love
fuck you better than your girlfriend can. You know,
They want to
and
know if my
fucking-
pussy muscles are as strong as these guns right here. That's what they want to know. And yes, it is. Yes. No, you can't fucking have it.
She's got Gorilla Grip 3000.
Hit up Drewski. Maybe you guys. Drewski loves you guys.
Oh fuck.
Drew's my dude, man. Drew's cool as shit. Hey, y'all ever had a fucking female throw up in your bed?
No.
Dude,
No, I can't say I have.
That's a dope story though.
Yeah,
was
do you
more-
remember this one?
Yeah, I remember that
let
one.
me tell you
Oh,
guys
it's
real
so
quick.
gross.
Oh, dude, so I'm coming back from this party. I'm like 20. And I give this chick a ride home from this party. She like me. I was like, I'm sorry, but no, absolutely not. I'm trying to be kind, but in all honesty, she was busted. Like, and I'm a nice person. I'm gonna give her a ride home or whatever. And the only reason I bring up
Just water, please.
I'll go when Nakata comes back.
the only reason I bring up like her physical appearance is because when me and my friends showed up to this party, these assholes tried to hook me up with her, and I was like, you know when your friends do that, and you're like, why would you do that to me? That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing that to either of us? This is
She
not
got
nice.
busted?
She was just she's like
I feel
there's
like
nothing wrong with being.
I feel like I hit Jack with a couple of grenades back in the day. I was like, bro, just come with me. This girl has her friend, and he's just like, you son of a bitch.
Was that girl the only lesbian at the party? Is that why?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, she was just busted, dude. Like, and I'm like 19, 20, whatever,
Take
right?
one for the team.
Yeah,
Jenny.
exactly. Yep, exactly. It was the
Fuck. Okay,
No,
it's my
you're-
turn. Shit.
I will take her ass home. That's about it. No, so I try to get her home, right? So this fucking girl, dude, she has one beer and one shot. She doesn't do drugs, she doesn't do anything. So we're all having a good time. 4 or 5 hours later, get ready to take off, and she's like fucking. I don't know if somebody maybe did fucking drop something in her drink at
maybe.
that party, because she literally. I watched her like throughout the party. She kept one beer in her hand the entire time, and then she had a single shot. And this bitch, she lived at the time near that Denny's on Federal and like 17th, right by Mile High, right?
Okay, yeah.
Where that Denny's is. They had this townhome over there, and of course her front door is up this big ass hill. Now she's a little bit of a bigger girl, and at the time, I mean, I'm lean and I'm in shape, but she's also 40 pounds heavier than me, and we're talking dead weight. She's just passed out drunk. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I go knock on the door. Like, she could barely tell me where she lived, and so I go fucking knock on the door. I grab her big sister, dude. We can't drag her big ass up the fucking hill. Dude.
How's the little sister bigger than the big sister?
Yeah, like her sister was good size, but I can't drag her ass up the fucking hill. So I'm like, fuck. And her sister looks at me. I look at her sister. I'm like, and she's looking at me like, you got to take her to your house, right? And I'm like, no, the fuck I don't. But I do, because I can't leave her in my car, and I'm not an asshole. I'm not just going to leave her on the hill. I should have. Well, it's also what we were saying. It's the Denny's right there
Just
off of
leave her
Federal,
right
like
on the
17th.
hill.
Yeah, it's not a good area, man. And so
22-year-old woman found dead.
Right.
Suspect Jenny
Right
G.
behind Denise.
yeah, those motherfuckers would set me up too. No, so I get back to my house, man. I managed to wake her up long enough to get her over my shoulder, and we stumble inside my house, right? I get her onto my fucking bed. And you know when you're so fucked up, you ever had one of those nights, or you know somebody who has, you had one of those nights where you're so shitty, dude, like the slightest movement will make you puke. You're just one movement away from puking everywhere. So she was doing that, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I get her into my bed. She's laying down. I wait like 20, 30 minutes. I want her body to calm. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Grab a cup of water. I grab some bread, set it next to the bed. Tiptoe on the very end of the bed, like try not to move that shit, dude. I sit down. The second I relax, this bitch sits up like that, just like the Exorcist. She just, and it's coming out, dude. Like I grabbed a trash can the size of that one. I grab a trash can like this big. She filled it up a quarter of the way. Just green bile puke. She just, and as soon as she's done, just like the fucking Exorcist, dude, she just.
She's
Should
passed
have
out.
21
Dude, and it's
Jump
like,
Street.
yeah, dude, and it's like, it's all over herself. It's halfway on her. It's all over my bed. Oh my God, dude. She wakes up the next morning. Of course, I start cleaning up after she passes out, right? She wakes up the next morning and sits there and looks at me and doesn't say a fucking word. Doesn't even ask for a ride home. She just stares like.
Did we have sex? I'm not a lesbian.
Yeah, dude, it was brutal. Like I've never, and never
Fuck.
since then. Yeah, like, and then I saw her like 10 years later. And it was great because, you know, it's one of those stories where every time we see each other throughout the rest of our lives, I'm
laugh.
always going to see
Yeah, that puke.
exorcist puking all over my bed, dude. Yeah.
That's dope.
And she's always going to have to live with it. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have one kind of similar to that, but it was in Cuba. You know, we meet new troops and shit. So this younger troop that we had in our unit, cool dude. He's still cool as shit. He's helped me out plenty of times coming back from Cuba. But when we were there, it was like a couple weeks before we had to go dry with no alcohol before we left the island. It's just one of the fucking rules that they had there. And he goes, hey, man, it's like our last week to drink. He's like, you want to go on like a fucking crazy bender for like the next couple days? He's like, because I think I can outdrink you. And I looked at him. I'm like, Keith, I'm like, you really think you can outdrink me, bro? I used to do 6 adios motherfuckers like every night when I got to drink in Cuba. And I would tip that bartender $100+ more to fucking heavy pour my drinks. And that motherfucker would. And I'd stumble out that bitch. So I decided to take this dude drinking. We did my regular. We had like a few more drinks at the bar and everything got fucking toasted. And he doesn't wake up the next morning because after that whole bout, he didn't wake up and want to go drinking with me for the day number 2. But the night me and my boy Davis put this dude to bed. Like first we went to McDonald's. Like we just got done drinking at the bar for the first night, and we're all fucking tore up. We go to the McDonald's that they have on the island. We get some food because it was open 24 hours. And then we could literally just walk back to where we lived. Like it was literally just kind of like right across the street. So it was dope. You could walk from where we lived to the bar and fucking back. And you don't have to worry about driving, none of that shit.
Nice.
And we think he's fed. We gave him, he drank an entire fucking Powerade. We gave him a second one next to the bed. We even put his trash can next to his bed. This motherfucker, and the only reason I know this is because his roommate got pissed off at me the next day because when me and Davis left that dude and we went back to our houses to sleep, this dude apparently got sick in the middle of the night because the way the bedrooms work there, you got 2 beds and you shared a bathroom with someone, but you didn't have to have a roommate. You had your own individual rooms. You just shared a bathroom with whoever was living next door to you.
So it's like a Jack and Jill thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Got it.
So there was doors that separate both, the bathroom to your rooms and shit. So throughout the night, this dude woke up, got sick in his room all over, went into the bathroom, got sick all over, and then went into his roommate's room and got sick and then passed out in his bed. This motherfucker used to work the night shift in the prison. So he's coming off work when we're still in the prison to come into his room tired as shit after working 12 hours to
Puke everywhere.
Puke everywhere. He was so pissed when he saw me. He's like, Nakata, he's like, Nosker is not fucking drinking with you ever again. And I'm losing my shit. I was like, dude thought he could outdrink me. I was like, what happened? He goes, I found that motherfucker passed out in my bed this morning, puke everywhere. He's like, I had to clean up Keith. I had to clean up my room. He's like, and I had to clean up his room. I was like,
Good job, though. But did he have puke in the bed he passed out?
yeah, he puked in
damn,
his
I
room,
was gonna
bro.
say, good job,
He
you puked
fucking made a
everywhere
mess
else.
in the bathroom and in his fucking roommate's room, bro, and passed out in his bed, in his roommate's bed, bro. He passed out in his bed. He said he got home from work. He's like, I was so pissed. I was like, bro, that's not my fault. He said he could keep up drinking. I was like, I took his ass out drinking. It's not my fault.
You gotta know when to throw in the towel. That's some real alcohol
But
poisoning right there.
It kind of was, but then and then like I said, because I woke him up and he's like, I don't know if I can do it, Nakata. I'm like, come on, bro. I was like, we're gonna be doing this. I was like, you said you wanted to do it. I was like, let's go out again. But then he got my ass, bro, and I got kind of fucked up the second night, and he had to come to knock on my door. He's like, come on, Nakata, let's go drink. And I'm like, for real, bro? I was like, how are you still walking after your last day? He's like, I don't know. He's like, but come on. He's like, let's go, bro. I was like, fuck it. Okay, let's go. It was like the worst fucking 4-day, like I think 5-day bender of my life, bro. Because I was just fucking drinking
Damn,
so
you
hard,
did
bro.
5 days too.
I should have died on that fucking deployment, dude. I was only there for 9 months on island, bro. I should have died at least a handful of times. I'm not even fucking with you.
Maybe
I
you
drank I probably am.
And then
I
you got to
drank,
show up on fucking duty, dude.
bro.
Like,
I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. My unit at the time was shit. They fucking treated me like a piece of shit. So I'm like, you want to see what a piece of shit is? I'll show you what a piece of shit is, dude. I showed up every morning to PT drunk. I smelled like booze so bad that my fucking squad leader was like, Nakata. It was this one time. He's like, do you want to lead PT? I was like, I'll lead PT. And he goes, well, the lieutenant's coming. He's like, why do you smell like alcohol? I was like, I'm fucking drinking, man. I was like, I still stopped drinking at the 8-hour mark because that's what they were like, you got to make sure you stop drinking 8 hours before you show up. I didn't give a fuck. Dude, I brushed my teeth. Like, it was just my sweat. I was sweating so hard that he said he could smell the alcohol coming out of my pores. He's like, stay away from the lieutenant while we do PT.
Put you in the back of the fucking formation.
No, dude. No. Because it was just our squad. We did squad PT. We didn't have to do PT with the platoon. So we were doing squad PT, and she just happened to show up because she was fucking a bunch of people over there.
Wait,
and I was
what?
like,
wait, she was fucking him?
our lieutenant,
like, fucking him?
Yeah, female. This female.
Oh
we had.
shit, she's
She was
getting
kind of
around.
hot. She was kind of hot. I
She
won't
said,
lie.
she said, I like me some army dick. All right.
Every female besides, your company excluded. But yeah, bro. So I was
Army
like,
dick.
yeah. So I was like, don't even worry, because what we did was we did like this. We did like this station. We did like these multiple stations for PT. So it's like you were at this one station, you were doing like this exercise, and we just did like around and around and around, and we were like always opposite from where the lieutenant was. So I was like, don't even worry, bro. I was like, I got you covered. I was like, don't trip.
Especially if you're in fresh air too.
Yeah, but
like
that
you're
dude's
not in a
faggot.
gym.
Yeah, my sergeant, he was a fucking pussy, bro.
Yeah.
He fucking screwed me over so many fucking times. If I ever see him again, I'll probably fuck him up.
I
Perfect
can't.
day for Memorial Day story.
Right.
Right.
One more. I'm gonna add one more to Memorial Day.
One more.
Hopefully he's better now. I don't know.
Well,
But he was a fucking punk then. So
that's what happened.
I know. So speaking of Memorial Day, yeah, and happy Memorial Day to all of us. Come on, man.
but it's not very happy.
It's not happy. I mean, it's not like a good. I mean, we honor
Isn't that just
everybody
for-
that's not
yeah.
here, right? We honor everybody that's not here, but it's kind of like a weird.
It's a weird thing, bro. My
Like,
brother got like
what's
4
a-
text messages today.
Right. It's weird when you say Happy Memorial Day, right? Because it's a sad day, but we still want to like find a
Celebrate
way and
the life,
yeah,
yeah.
celebrate and honor that. My boy, so there was a guy I was enlisted with. I wasn't super close to him, but he was cool as shit, man. He was a fun party dude. His name was Riley, and he passed away in a car accident. Drinking and driving car accident. But he was super funny. I know one day he showed up and we were doing, we had a piss test, and the line starts like from the double doors. Like if you've ever been to Buckley, you know the glass
I know
doors right there.
Buckley.
Yeah. So I
yeah.
was 169 right over by the Mississippi
Okay.
gate. So you open up these doors, and basically the hallway is like a good length. It's a good 100 feet plus, right? And then there's the restrooms, and then we got to go in, we got to drop our sample, whatever. Riley comes in, fucking stumbling, fucking drunk. He's still hungover like this, and he's tall. He's this tall, lanky dude. He's like 6'2", 6'3", 180 pounds, like real lanky, goofy. He's got these goofy ears and shit, but he was cool as fuck, man. And he came in, and he reeks of alcohol, right? And so he goes to the back of the line, like, okay. We're doing our physicals. We're doing our annuals. That's what it was. Yeah, that's why we had to drop the piss. Anyway, so he comes in and he goes to the back of the line, but he reeks so fucking bad that our fucking that the company commander walked by and was like, "Who the fuck smells like that?" We're just standing here and we're like, And you already know, like, we're eyes forward, like, pretending like we're just minding our own fucking business.
Not me.
But we all know is motherfucking Riley back there, and his tall ass can't even hide it. Like, at least I get to hide behind tall people. I'll find the smelliest dude when it's me. When I'm guilty of some shit, I did this shit in basic and, like, all throughout my career. Like, I know if I'm wrong, I just hide. Like, I just creep down in there and hide. Anyway, walks past him, he's like, Riley, the fuck is going on? He's like, nothing, sir. And like just breathes fucking, and his eyes are all bloodshot and shit. So the CO dude fucking makes him do somersaults all the way down to the door and back. And then it was great, dude. He just
big ass dude tumbling around and shit.
Yep.
Fuck.
So it was like half into us and then half down the hall, and he's having a blast doing it the whole fucking time. He's just fucking cracking up. He's like, yeah, you want me to do some more, sir? God damn it, Riley. He's like, all right, I'll do some more. Yeah, it was a good time, man. He passed away though, but he was a fun dude, man.
God damn it, Riley. Well, Jenny, you're half black. Do you freestyle?
I used to. I'm not very good at it anymore, but yeah, I used to back in the day, man. So, we'll see. We'll see. I can't promise you anything good.
If it doesn't come out good, we'll cut it out.
All right.
Doesn't have to be the best. We just have fun.
All right, cool.
Maybe
and I am
drop
half
a
black.
verse and-
No, thank you for bringing that up. So speaking of being half black, I know, I am black and white, and I look very Mexican, Venezuelan, Puerto Rican.
all the above.
Yeah, all the above. I'm not black enough to be black or white enough to be white. I'm just
Lucky.
brown enough. I'm just
Must
brown
be
enough.
nice.
I'm just brown enough to get deported.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Jenny. I hope this helped. I hope you feel good. I hope you had a good
I'm feeling
laugh.
great, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. This has been a great time. I'll love to come back anytime, man.
Now you gotta get out of here. Go get your strap on. Get some pussy.
Fuck
Get your
yeah.
strap
Oh,
on.
break these hoes off. Hey.
There
Stay,
we
get
go.
your
Come on, girl.
freak on. Get your strap
Yeah.
on.
Keep it funky, ladies and gentlemen.
Make it funky, funky, funky.